Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tea Talk Tuesday. I'm your host, TeaJas. I am so grateful today for everyone that's joining in. Today, we have a special guest, Miss Adora, but she's from Adorable Coaching. That's her company. She is a life coach. She will help you reach your goals. And we're just going to talk about really loving yourself and how to reach that goal. So, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below and we're going to get right into it. So, girl, it is Tea Talk Tuesday. Welcome. How are you?
Yes, I am my favorite. Oh, I'm hearing.
A little echo.
Yeah. Can you
It's
guys
okay.
hear?
You sound okay.
All right. So I am blessed and highly favored today on this beautiful Tuesday. Not really too beautiful here in Charlotte, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Charlotte too, girl. This rain is like killing my buzz. Okay. I'm gonna have to
but
do an extra shot of NutriBurst today to get my second limb.
yes, but
Mm.
I'm here, living my best life and dealing with this quarantine the best way possible.
Yeah, so what do you specialize in for life coaching?
Yes, so life coaching, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in relationship life coaching and motivational healing. So, in regards to my specific specialty, in regards to relationship life coaching, I assist singles in meeting their soulmate. So, we work a lot on self love, um, self value, self worth, and I use motivational healing tactics in order to help them achieve their goals.
So this not like matchmaking though, right?
So, not exactly. I am still fairly new in my practice, but I do intend on having events down the line with some of my singles, not necessarily matchmaking per se, but maybe like some speed dating so that they're able to utilize the tools that we've worked on in a practical sense and utilize it in a real life scenario sense.
Okay. So that's the fun part. But what are some ways that or what are some advice you can give to people who are really like I don't want to be single anymore. Like what's some like basic knowledge things, like things they could do before they get in a relationship or even start that searching process?
Mhm. So I would say definitely that introspection needs to be done. It's all about healing yourself, knowing your worth, your value, your morals, the deal breakers that you're not willing to bend on, your expectations, establishing boundaries for yourself in order to manifest that partner that you desire. So I know definitely with myself, I'm still single and searching.
Y'all hear that, fellas?
But I would say up until fairly recently, it was a lot of trauma that I've experienced throughout my life that I had not healed from. So
Mm.
I've taken all of this trauma from past relationships in regards to intimate relationships, friendships, relationships with family members, and I'm just tugging that along with me. And I'm not valuing myself. I had this, I guess, false sense of self worth. So I'm like, well, I got, I'm out here, I'm young, I don't have no kids, I'm educated, I'm successful because, right now I'm still working in corporate America, and in my mind, this was this idea of, this ideal woman.
Yeah.
And I was really messed up inside. I had a lot of things that I just hadn't dealt with. Most recently, the loss of my mother. So I've done a lot of soul searching, a lot of introspection, a lot of really taking the time to get to know myself, getting to know the things that I like, the things that I value, the things that are deal breakers for me, the things that, I don't want in a man, the things that I do want in a man, and really just manifesting that and putting that out into the universe.
So I hear a lot of times people will say, get to know yourself before you get into a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in that, or do you believe like you really have? Sometimes you learn yourself by being in situations. You like, you know what? I didn't like that. Do you believe that the only way to get to know yourself is in singleness?
No, I believe it's a little bit of both. For me right now, it's definitely been me getting to know myself has been through me being single. So really spending time with myself and learning the things that, I like to do for fun. It's a really weird feeling when, you sit down with a life coach or you sit down with a therapist or a counselor or a consultant, excuse me, and they ask you, okay, well, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? And you have no idea. What makes you happy? You have no idea, right? So you got to figure that out, right? Because you got to start to establish some sort of guidelines in regards to, what you want your partner to look like. How can you expect something from them that you cannot expect from yourself? So I definitely think that being single is part of it. But once you get out of that phase, you have to then put it into practice. You can't just sit here and be like, okay, well, ideologically speaking, I like X, Y, and Z. But, when it's time to put it into practice, you have no idea what to do. You got to practice it. So,
Yeah. So for me, I've been to therapy. I've been to one-on-one therapy. I've been to group therapy. The first time I've ever been to therapy, I actually was 8 years old, and my grandmother passed. My grandmother was my lifeline. Like up until that point, I lived with my grandmother. So I didn't realize I was in therapy until like afterwards. My mom was like, "Did you enjoy therapy?" And I'm like, "Huh?" Like, but how beneficial is it for people in relationships or who are seeking relationships to really consult someone? Because I know for me, I have this idea that I had it all together. Like I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know how you feel this type of way, then it's not the right situation for me. But sometimes it's you. You're the problem. I am very big on um, accountability, self accountability. So, how important do you feel like it is for people to really figure out what's holding them back? Why are you not reaching this goal? Because there's nothing wrong with you. You're a beautiful person, but you might have some things to work on.
absolutely. So I would say, like in my practice, I definitely don't want people to come in feeling like I'm broken. I'm never going to find a man, or I'm never going to find, a woman, or I'm never going to find my husband or my wife, because you are not broken. Anything in which you've experienced in this life, you are able to overcome.
Yeah.
But I do want people to understand what you just said, that self accountability factor, that it is not always somebody else's fault. Um,
Yeah.
Even when you do feel like, what, I was dating, Jeremy and he cheated on me, right? Yeah, that had nothing to do with you. However, you did some things in the relationship that made him feel like this behavior was acceptable to either commit or to continue to commit, right? So always some level of accountability. I'm not saying take all the blame, because like I said, it may not have anything to do with you. However, you need to take some sort of accountability for your actions, because at the end of the day, it's about your growth, not the other person's growth.
So, you hear self-love all the time, and self-care. And self-care is more than bubble baths and incense. By the way, that's what I have burning right now. So I think I'm over here doing nothing. But when it really boils down to it, how do I know that I'm practicing self-love? How do I know that I am practicing these things? Is it like something I can look a check mark, or is it, like how do I know that I'm really practicing that?
So I would say, the biggest way that I was able to identify that I was not practicing self love is because, logically speaking and rationally speaking, I thought, I was the bomb. Like, couldn't nobody tell me, anything differently. However, when I looked at how I allowed people to treat me, I was not reflecting that at all whatsoever. I was not establishing boundaries. I was allowing people to, walk all over me, do whatever they want, and, forgiving them when they were not showing me any, sign or any faith that they were making improvements.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not establishing, healthy boundaries and things like that. So for me, I would say step one is, if you do have issues with boundaries, if you do allow, people to take advantage of you or take your kindness for weakness, start establishing boundaries. And I would say the first, time you do it, the second time you do it, it's going to make you cringe a little bit. Like, oh, what is this? Like, I hope they're not upset with me. I hope they're not mad at me. Honestly, forget how they feel, because the only people that benefit from you not having boundaries is the people that don't care about them. So
yeah, I have a problem with saying no. Like, well, let me rephrase that. I used to have a problem with saying no, and feeling like I couldn't. I didn't want to hurt the other person's feelings, so I would sacrifice my emotions or what I really wanted. And I had to tell myself, like, what are you gaining from everybody else around you getting what they want and you're not?
Absolutely. And that's the biggest part there, is like, you have to understand that, yes, you are, and I believe in, a higher power. I believe in God. I believe that God places us all here for a specific reason. And, we're all here to, assist our brothers and our sisters. However, God did not place you here to be a doormat. God did not place you here for people to, treat you however, they want to, push their agenda or push their narrative. That is not what you are here for. You are here to fulfill your destiny. You are here to, fulfill your requirements that God placed you here to do. And that is not allowing other people to dictate what that looks like. You are the narrator of your destiny.
I love that. He gives us the freedom of choice, right? We have the choice to not follow, the warnings and, do our own thing. But at the end of the day, somehow, even in our bad decision making, he is going to guide us back to the direction that he has for us. So we might not always find ourselves doing it exactly how we picture it in our mind, but I promise you, you're going to get to the result that God has intended for you to get to. And I think when you understand that and you live like that, you're able to make mistakes without, feeling so depleted. Oh, I failed. Okay, I may have failed, but that was just another opportunity for me to learn something, for me to grow, and for me to push forward towards the destination in which I'm going to. Absolutely. I don't believe for 1 minute that anything is by chance. No.
Exactly. And I 100% agree with that. I am a true believer, that, yeah, we have free will to a certain extent per se, but the end result is already predetermined. Yeah. It's just, which route are you going to take to get there? So
easy way or the hard way? And 9 times out of 10, we choose the hard way.
Exactly.
I guess self-love goes into different categories, right? One of my proponents right now is loving myself through what I put in my mouth, by how much I get active, I move. Like, I'm really focused on becoming the best version of myself in all the areas of my life. I told you a little bit about TLC and the business that I'm in currently, and it's challenging me to think outside the box and to build a certain level of confidence in, like, even getting on here every week. That's not something I would have done prior to starting this. I would be like, no, I don't need to be in the limelight. Everybody got to see me. It ain't about me. But I think part of loving yourself is being comfortable in putting yourself out there. Like, why shouldn't you be seen? Why shouldn't people hear what you think? Why shouldn't people, buy into the things that you buy into? Because your opinions have value.
Exactly.
How do you
also with, being able to be vulnerable, which is the space that I'm in right now, is trying to, navigate through this fear of vulnerability. Being able to let my guard down and have people see me for who I am and not the facade in which I want people to accept me as. Because nobody's opinion of me, it doesn't matter. Like it literally lacks importance because at the end of the day, who pays my bills, who puts a roof over my head, yes, these beautiful people might be able to, bless me with clientele, but at the end of the day, I have to be able to go to sleep at night and be okay with the decisions that I've made through these last 24 hours, throughout this 7-day week. Nobody else has to deal with that. Me, right? That's it. So people need to learn to truly love the person that they are, with the good, the bad, the ugly, the love, the hate, the everything. You have to love who you are wholeheartedly and accept who you are. And at that point, vulnerability will not matter. Confidence will not matter, because you will literally shine wherever you go, doing whatever you do, because you are living in your truth.
What really stuck out to me is the guarded part. I will definitely admit I'm a very guarded person. And I think a lot of times I'm guarded because it's like, oh, this reminds me of that time I got hurt, or this reminds me of that time where someone so acted funny, or oh, this reminds me of this time I had a friend, but she wasn't really my friend, and I found, you know what I mean? You find yourself like mirroring your past situations to a current situation. It could not be that. I think not being afraid to let something let you down is hard. Like you have to open up that space to be let down, to get your heart broken. And I know it sounds stupid, but you have to, or you won't open yourself up to
Absolutely.
the opposite.
Exactly. I mean, because I was definitely in that space probably about 6 months ago. I was, dealing with this guy, and I was just like brushing him off, like, okay, whatever. It seemed like he was like real interested in me, but it was something that eventually he just like cut his losses because I was just not having it, because I was so afraid to let him in to hurt my feelings. So the bottom line is like, what's the worst that can happen if I get my feelings hurt? Am I going to die? No. Like, know, and even going back to when you were talking about failure, for me, failure is not an option because it doesn't exist. It's only growth and opportunity. So if I get my feelings hurt, what's going to happen? I might cry for a little bit, might be in my feelings for a week or two. But after that, you move forward, you learn, you grow, you develop, and you become more aligned with, the person in which you're looking for, because now you know what you don't like. Now you know what to look out for. Now you know the red flags. It's like, okay, well, he was saying XYZ, and that equated to, insecurity, or that equated to him being unfaithful, or whatever the case may be. Everything is a lesson learned.
So I love the word alignment, of course. That's another thing that goes along with my journey right now, right? I really believe that being in alignment with yourself first, and everything else will fall in line, right?
Exactly.
It may not come as fast as you want it, of course. And I think when you align your physical health, your mental health, and your emotional health, then you will see growth in your life financially, in relationships. And one of the reasons why I asked you to join me today is because I want the people that follow my journey and follow my movement to really see that this is more than about getting snatched for summer. This is more than getting snatched for a bathing suit, or to be on Facebook stunting on them because your belly and your booty popping. No, I want everyone to be holistic. Like, I want the whole person to be well. Because what good is it that you look bomb, but deep down you're really a miserable, sad person, and you can't meet your potential partner because you're not really being authentic, not really being yourself. It's okay to be you. It's okay to have your flaws and own it and work on it and be honest about it. Be transparent. Like, I appreciate you being transparent and really like being honest about where you are in your journey, because a lot of people just are not honest about that.
Yeah, because it's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? People are going to judge me.
And
Like,
judge you anyway.
like, I don't care. Like, oh, I'm going to die because y'all hurt my. I don't care.
Oh,
Like,
she don't like me. She didn't like my post today. She ain't
exactly.
share
Like,
it. She ain't
I
join my tea talk. Oh well.
I don't have to lay down with nobody. I have to lay down with myself. I have to love myself, and I have to accept myself. So the opinions of other people, when it comes to me, when it comes to my business, when it comes to anything that pertains to Adora,
Mm,
um, it's a figment of imagination, not mine, because I don't care. But it literally holds no value. It's not doing anything to benefit anybody. So why even entertain it? Like okay, like you're gonna judge
So
me that I'm vulnerable.
I
Okay,
always
you
tell people
regardless.
I am my business.
hmm
Okay. So everything starts with me. Yes, I have Season Diva. I have my tea business. I have, things I got going on. But at the end of the day, I'm my business. So for me to be happy, for me to be able to walk forward and even to even look at people in their face and try to have them, patronize with me in any form, I want them to know they're patronizing with somebody that's real. Even just in my relationships with people, I've learned that we value the wrong things when it comes to people. Sometimes we value the person that's always there instead of the person who really puts the more sacrifice to be there.
hmm
Um, so in people's journeys to finding relationships and find people to connect with, I think it's just important that you prioritize what you value.
Absolutely. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about knowing who you are as a person to know what you want to expect in your partner. Is so important. I cannot stress this enough. Going through all of my coaching and assistant singles, try to find their soulmate. Is so important that you not only prioritize your values, prioritize the things that you want in your partner, but you prioritize it in yourself. So,
Mm-hmm.
so they just say yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. This is open to anybody who wants to leave a comment below and ask us any questions. Feel free to. I will make sure we get to them as fast as we can. If you have any questions, just let us know. But right now, I'm reading a book and it's called Ask and It Is Giving. It's learning to manifest your desires. And um, it's real, y'all. Let me tell you, it's a really good book. I'm not too far into it yet. I got a little ways to go still, a little thick. And one of the things in here, it talks about vibrations and it talks about the things that you constantly think and give attention to is what you're manifesting before you even get there.
Telling you that is so true. And I know, like, older people tell you, like, oh, you're speaking stuff into existence,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I do it subconsciously so much that I have now started to become more conscious of the things that I speak into existence. For instance,
Yeah.
I was at work. This was years ago. I was working at this country club that I will remain nameless, and I
Okay.
hated my job
Don't
there.
blast them.
They were so nasty. They were so mean, so rude. I could not stand working there. So I'm talking to one of my coworkers, and we're on the same page. Like, we hate this place. We don't want to be here no more. I'm like, I hope this bitch burned to the ground. The next day, what happened? It caught fire. So,
Oh.
and people who know me knows like that, know me well. I do not practice witchcraft or none of that. I don't that. No. But yeah, I quite literally spoke it into existence. I was just so tired of being there that I felt like God was like, all right, babe, go ahead and take your break. But
That's how I feel with this quarantine. Okay. Thank you, Lord.
so so I say all that to say that you need to be quite intentional with the things that you speak into the universe because you are manifesting your future. Um, to the point where like yesterday I created a whole vision board for what I want, the next 5 years of my life to look like. I had trips on there, had, Santorini on there, Paris, Cairo. I had me a private plane on there. I had speaking engagements on there, a whole bunch of money. Yeah, my vision board was popping. But that is quite literally what I'm setting myself up for. I'm manifesting my future. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm, speaking positive words and phrases of affirmations to myself every day to, like you said, align myself with the positive person that I want to be and the person that I know that I am. So it is literally all about manifesting your future. I know, a lot of our following probably know who B. Simone is. She manifested everything that she is experiencing right now, all the success that she's experiencing right now, 2 and 3 years ago. It is real. Be careful of the words that you put out into the universe. Be careful of the negativity you put out into the universe because it will come back to you tenfold.
I definitely think that there's a lot of great examples of women, men, just people in general who are bossing it right now. Despite the current conditions of the economy, the state of our lives and everything. There's some people out there that really are living the true definition of copying the right cat, which is something that I've heard a lot in TLC, and also by just being a product of whatever they're selling, whatever they're involved in. Like, there's nothing worse than somebody out here selling you something that they're not living by. B. Simone is a millionaire because she has the right people around her and because she definitely believes in herself.
Absolutely.
She has nothing. She don't possess anything that anybody that's watching this right now that doesn't have. She just decided to make a decision and she didn't stop. Exactly. So I encourage everybody, like, if there's something that you want to start, you want to, learn more about, go do it. Like, what's stopping you? If you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, if you want to stay the size you are, do that. If you want to dye your hair red tomorrow, do it. Like, be you, and that will spill over into other areas of your life. You'll find yourself being like, no, I'm gonna apply to that job I don't think I'm that qualified for, and you're good. So B. Simone, I love her. I love her energy. I love everything. Like, I'm big on women making boss moves. Like, you gotta stick together. No hate, no hate, no hate over here. I'm not hating on nobody.
Exactly. It's like, just tell me how you did it real quick, because
okay,
listen,
give me a little tidbit.
Exactly. All of our women making boss moves, the men too, but as women, we got to stick together. It's twice as hard to get half as much for us. So
yeah, especially Black women, like, I see y'all out and about. Y'all want to smile at, we want to smile at each other. I like your shirt. We can't tell you cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that. So stop it. Okay, exactly. Boo, you cute. I'm cute. We can be cute together. I got this going on. You never know. You're one kind remark from walking into your next step of your destiny. If I was too scared to reach out to you to be here today, we would have this great conversation. Like, no, like, it's all love. It's definitely all love.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's all about, living in your truth, being, the person you are supposed to be. That starts with positivity.
Yeah. So I have for everyone Adora's website scrolling down below so you guys can see it. But I believe after this, people are going to really just be interested to see, like, your journey, your authentic you. Like, what's your social media handles? How can we access you?
Absolutely. My website, adorably.com. I am Adorably Coaching on Instagram, and I do have a Facebook page, Adorably Coaching, as well. Again, I am a life coach that specializes in relationship coaching for singles looking to find their soulmate, also in motivational healing and motivational speaking. So
All right. Well, we got like 9 seconds left of the show, and it's been a pleasure, honey. I will throw up here real quick. Our next week's co-host is going to be Michael McGill. Michael McGill is a motivational speaker. He has some great things going on with him. He's been over on CNN, all types of stuff. So I'm excited about sitting down with him and talking. Once again, I just really appreciate everyone who tuned in. And if you would like for Adora to come back so we can dive more into it, and just let me know, DM me, message under here, leave comments. Right now I'm leaving Tea Talk to 30 minutes. But if there's ever a need for it to go longer, to have better discussions, more discussions, we'll do that in the future. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Jazz.
Yes, let's stay in touch. I gotta get you some product over to you. I know I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better.
Alrighty, thank you guys for tuning in.
All right. Like always, y'all stay authentic, copy the right cat, and let's get healthy, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. Love everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.